Next video, I'm just making some random videos today. I'm just being compelled to just kind of show some of the stuff I'm getting into. One of these things I'm getting into is my 92. It's rough. This side, when I bought this truck, this side was already hit. Who knows what happened? Guy was probably drunk, or maybe not. I don't know. But this truck, I've done a lot of work to this truck already. Put some lowering springs on there. A lot of people would do what they call dream beams or drop beams, because this is a tractor beam suspension. So when you try and drop these trucks, they end up with camber caster issues. And you know, that's just, for in layman's terms, that's a bad alignment. But I put a kind of new suspension all the way around, new exhaust, and I'm having an issue with the exhaust leaking up at this. Let's see if you can see it. Let's see if I can get this. There you go. Okay, so that's that up there in that gap. That's the collector where it meets the headers. Put some new headers on there and a new catalytic converter, because I went with shorty headers because I wanted to be able to just use stock exhaust components, and it just leaks on one side. It just seems to keep coming back. And we got a nice little JBA exhaust. Wait, this is a JBA? I don't even remember what it is. Yep, I was right. It's a JBA. This thing could be cleaned up a bit. Didn't do the drop leaf kit. What do we do to lower the back of this, man? It's been a while. I had to put a new gas tank in here. I had to put I put all poly bushings all the way around, new shocks, and oh, it was the lowering kit. I'm sorry, there it is. This is a lowering kit. So Dorman. Wait, was this Dorman? It's been a while. Beltec, sorry. Dorman's your regular stuff. There's a new gas tank over there. These notoriously end up leaking in time. All work I did myself. All new. This thing handles really good for a pickup truck. We call this thing Blue Thunder. It's kind of a lot like the old Lightnings. I'm going to keep it looking rough on the outside. I kind of don't care. I'm doing all the mechanicals first. And making her roll. And when I mean roll, I mean making her fast. I do like fast vehicles, and this has the 5.8 liter in it, which I don't know if that ever went in a Cobra, but it is a lot of parts for it that fit Broncos and for the Mustang swaps back in the Fox body days. There's some jacked up looking stuff going on under here electrically, but everything works. What else did we do? We changed tires around. I mean, there's been a whole bunch we did, but I'm just getting in there and trying to fix that collector right now. So I put a gasket in. These didn't come with gaskets, but I put a gasket in, and I'm going to see if tightening it up a couple more turns will stop the noise. All right, I'm not going to record the work. That's some of what we did. What else did we do to this thing? Exhaust, headers. Oh, I guess I'll pop the hood. Of course, your hot air intake, which the only reason I put this on is because the original one was in pretty bad shape, and there's a lot of debate on if these help or hurt performance, but it's clean looking, and that's what I was after. It's a lot cleaner looking than what came with it. And it was complimentary to the Edelbrock Truck Performer intake. I had that installed. I could have did it myself, but at the time I just kind of didn't feel like it, because along with that, the reason the intake went in was because, yeah, those valve covers ain't nothing special, but under them are some GT40 heads, which is what the Lightnings came with. I got them off of an Explorer. They fit off of Explorers on these 5.8s, depending on the Explorer. I think it's a 97 or 6 or 7 that fits right on, and still uses all the stock header components. Here's my homemade plumbing 3-inch caps with some pipe, vacuum canister, because those were just coffee cans back in the day, literally, and they always rust out. Just for an example, I don't know if I left the one in from the cruise control, I think I ripped, oh yeah, there it is down there. See that old rusty coffee can? Yeah, that's what they were doing back in '92. We brought this thing up, you know, new water pump. Let me think what else we did. The headers, the intake. I converted my alternator to a, that's what I love about these Fords. That's off a Windstar, I believe, and that is a 3G alternator. This came with a low output alternator, so I got good output now on my alternator for at least, you know, regular driving. And then I did what's called a 6-liter tune-up, which is just a high output coil. I mean, it ain't no MSD box or nothing, but it's just a high output coil, Ford racing wires, regular copper plugs, gap to 60 instead of, I think it was like 50, is that millimeters? But whatever, on the gapper, it's more gap, more spark, and premium fuel, and it really makes a difference. Now, I might tune it back to regular fuel because the gas is making a difference now. At $4 premium, that was last time I gassed up. It might be $4.50 or $5 right now. And then all kinds of other little stuff to restore this guy. You know, I had to put a steering. Did I put a new steering box in here? No. Okay, all new tie rod ends, and you know, I did all this work pretty much myself. The suspension work's always been something I do. It's looking rusty, but it's just surface stuff. She rolls, man. She's a lot faster than you would think for a OBS truck, especially off the line. And that's mainly because I went with a smaller tire, and because I went with I found a Bronco. That's the last thing. I'm sorry, I forgot. Of course, we said exhaust. I don't really like the way this pipe sticks out, but that was just a kit. I'm gonna probably have that modified. But I put a oh, you can't really see it. It's just looking stock anyway. I changed my rear axle out of a Bronco with posi tracks. Changed that all myself. So I think some of the last stuff we'll do, and this is, you know, just normally aspirated, regular daily driver material, is put a shift kit on this E4O E4OD, otherwise known as the E4O No, because they're slush boxes and feel like you're slipping. And you lose, I think, up to 20% of your power through that transmission. So a shift kit will help that a little bit. And then, oh, I don't know, what else? Put a, we put some cross-drilled slotted rotors on this thing, and everything needs to be cleaned right now. But just a higher performance brake kit in general. And, what did I say? Shift kit and roller rockers with a 1.72 instead of a 1.6 ratio, which will effectively be as good as you could get on a speed density fuel injected OBS Ford pickup. In other words, you know, anything beyond that, too much lope and too much duration on the cam causes this guy to want to run real sloppy. Yeah, you could deal with it, in other words, at idle, not at full open throttle. It deals fine at full open throttle, which, you know, if you're only going to drag race, that's fine. But if you want normal drivability, that's not fine, and I do want normal drivability. While we have this 5.8 in there, my dream would be to put a 5.0 out of, you know, I think it was at the third. I'd love to do a 5.0 swap on this guy, and I'm going to keep this in the family because my son absolutely loves this truck. And yeah, that's it. That's a little bit about this pickup. All right, I'm going to fix it now. See y'all.